Nissan in-game live. I'm Michael Barkann with Ron Jaworski, 7-3 in favor of the Washington Commanders. Jaws, before we start this thing out, what the heck's going on? Jalen Hurts was sacked at the beginning of the second quarter. It was 1st and 10 on the Washington 36. I don't know what you would call the play. It was like a double reverse. He got the ball back at the end of it, and he got hammered for a 13-yard loss. And we saw as the half concluded, Hurts was in the medical tent, and perhaps no wonder because his passer rating is 68.1. It was 58 plus when they got the ball on that drive that they got the field goal on. What are your thoughts
Michael,
on this?
You're exactly right. It was a double reverse pass. Ball's come back to him, and he got his head pounded into the ground. When he got up, he didn't get up immediately. That's always, to me, the first indicator. I've been there. If you don't jump right up, something's wrong. Okay, it's only a couple seconds, but he laid in the ground for a little bit, and he had that kind of, there was a good camera angle. He kind of had that glassy-eyed look, looking at the ground. Didn't show a whole lot of energy, a whole lot of enthusiasm. It was like, okay, I got to get my act together here. I was actually surprised at that point, Michael, that the referee didn't stop it, or someone up in the booth that their job is to protect the player, that he wasn't right. He's kind of played his first half out of kilter.
Yeah,
and he's taken too many hits, by the way, which is always the question we have with our quarterback or any quarterback, taking too many hits. And the offense has played like that. Missed 2 field goals, 3 points against the Washington defense. Isn't very good. We're just not very good offensively right now.
That's a great point because it really should be 9-7 right now in favor of the Eagles if Jake Elliott hits those field goals, and he has been viewed as an automatic. He's been an automatic.
He's been an automatic, yeah. So
phenomenal place kicker, yeah. And it did not happen for him. Thank goodness he got the 21-yarder at the end. All right, but be that as it may, we're giving Hurts a pass, a gimme on the second quarter. But the first quarter, the first drive, Jaws, he got rid of the ball 3 times in that first drive.
Yeah.
It's
just been kind of one of those games you're watching saying, where's the energy to the Eagles? They're lackadaisical. I thought in not the huddle. I thought Nick would actually go to a no huddle to kind of generate some interest, enthusiasm in the offense. They seem to be, like slump shoulders to the line of scrimmage. There was that pop that you normally see out of this offense. And something's got to happen after. Somebody's got to get their butt chewed out because it's been very lethargic would be the best word I could think of to talk about this offense. The defense has been fine.
Amazing.
The defense has been fine. Let's just leave it at that. I won't say a word about defense. They've been absolutely just fine. So
I thought
they've been in the game, by the way.
I thought the defense played pretty great. I do think they had some trouble making tackles at times, and they turned short gains into longer gains by Washington. But the fact is, this is a prolific Washington offense, and they held them to 7 points in the first half. Pretty good. And also with Jaden Daniels, they held him as well.
8 of 13, 83 yards. They've rushed for 53 yards.
53 yards.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's not a whole lot. This is a pretty good offensive team that we're holding in check. So, but it right now, it's about the Eagles' offense. Right? To put it under one word, offense.
When you look at the eye test, the smell test, I know the bottom line is the better team ends up winning the game, but the Eagles look like the better team. It looks like it should be, I said 9-7. The Eagles should be 21-7, the way the Eagles looked like they were so much better than this Washington. I want to
be a little careful. The Commanders had that late drive. They had Eckler out in the flat. He was turning the corner. He dropped it. That would have got him to field goal range, and he may have even scored if he made one defender miss because he was in space. So the Commanders had their opportunities. They had some miscues on as well. But I did not see this kind of performance coming. This team has been red hot offensively, and they just look very lethargic today. Like the play calling has not been crisp. They're not in and out the huddle crisp. They've dropped balls. Jalen's missed a wide open A.J. Brown on the sideline. I mean, wide open. I don't know. He missed it by 5 yards. Smitty drops on the sideline. Just very out of sync offensively.
All right, so when we look at this second half to come, we don't know if Jalen Hurts will be over center. I'm going to say I doubt it if he was in the tent for potential concussion or for observation. And by the way, you thought the ref should have stopped it earlier. Finally, I think the Eagles officials pulled him out. We got to look at this guy because he doesn't seem right.
And there's a spotter on the sideline, and there's spotters up in the press box that watch this. So, hey, I give the league all the credit in the world. They've been, the Tua, we don't need any more of those situations again. Guys getting concussed and kept in the game and not being taken care of medically. The league is doing a really good job. That's what I was actually surprised he didn't go out the first time.
If it is, can he pick it in the second half? Can he stick it in the second half?
Can he stick it in the
pick it? Stick it. What do you think?
They're getting guys open. It'll be a different game plan. You won't see as much of the RPO stuff, the quarterback bootlegs, the Jalen runs. But Pickett can play. I have no concern if he gets to the game. He can make some things happen.
Will they be able to? They're known for their second half recovery, and by the way, revert to no points again in the first quarter, which is frustrating. But they've been known. Second half, they're on you. Washington gets the ball back, but would you still be encouraged by the game plan if Pickett's at quarterback?
Yeah, you're going to change some things. Obviously, he's not Jalen Hurts. He's not going to do things Jalen can do. He's not as mobile as Jalen Hurts, and the offense is definitely going to change. But we run on the ball pretty well. That hasn't been. Barkley's got 15 for 58. Jalen's obviously he ran a couple times for 23. We got Gainwell for 9. So we are running the football. But this is a Washington defense that you can move the ball. They're giving up 149 yards per game on the ground.
Yeah.
We should be running the football.
Yeah.
We should be doing a better job in the passing game. I mean, I'll give the Commanders credit. They're doing a really good job. There's been no turnovers in the game. It's been clean that way. But the Eagles team has been on a roll, and it looks like they just didn't show up in that first half. And it kind of looked like last week in Dallas,
Yeah. Frustrating.
They kind of floundered around until late in the second quarter. No, you got to play 4 quarters this league. You're going to let teams like Commanders hang around.
All right, we'll see what happens to come in the second half. We'll see who's at quarterback for the Eagles in the second half. Reminder, Washington gets the ball to start the third quarter. Also reminder, when the clock hits 0, join Jaws and me and Barrett Brooks and Reuben Frank. We go across to John Clark as well for all the interviews. It's still a game, eminently winnable by the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching Nissan In Game Live.